Okay.
That's so nice.
I'm thinking the guy actually.
Yeah.
He always gets hard. I never get anything. I just get this amorphous blob. Cheers.
Okay, wait. Let me
Here's
take
to
a
Monday.
picture. Okay, wait.
Okay, it is now Monday, the 24th of March, and haven't really started this week off very well, as you could tell by my very disheveled hair. I'm a little bit unwell. I've just went to bed last night with like hot and cold flushes, so I felt really hot, but then also really cold at the same time, which is almost never a good sign for anything. And despite being in bed, like sleeping or trying to sleep for 9 to 10 hours, my my Whoop strap told me that I pretty much only got like 6 hours of sleep. So I must have been either waking up constantly or my sleep was so bad that it didn't seem to have registered as sleep, which is also almost always never a good sign. So I'm going to take it a little bit easy this week. I think I'll call it on the gym, the morning routine, and just focus on getting as much rest as possible. And this is the IV nurse. This is what vitamin.
Yeah, this one of the like coral, right? Vitamin B12, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's red. Here I am getting the IV drip. The signature. Right? The signature. So I should feel better after this. Okay, just finished with my IV drip. My friend is also getting one right now. Felt pretty good. Don't really feel too much at the moment. I don't feel instantly better. The instructions from the nurse was basically just to keep drinking a lot of water, rest, and just see how I'm feeling in 1 or 2 days. And that's really it. I can't really do much more than that. Rest, drink as much water, give myself the opportunity to do nothing. Might get a massage later. That could be good. I'm going to make payment to the IV place, and then probably just do a few bits and pieces of work here and there whenever I'm feeling better. But that's pretty much it for that experience. This is the second time I've got an IV. First time was when I had Bali, so this one's under slightly better circumstances. So I'm feeling pretty good. Not fabulous, but not terrible either. So yes, we'll see how we go. And we'll see how I pull up in a couple of days. All right, bye. So it's now Tuesday, the 25th of March. I'm not feeling too good. I had the IV yesterday. I rested all night, drank a lot of water, basically peeing all night as well. Then I went to bed early. I think I woke up at 8. I at least got 9 or 10 hours of sleep, and I'm feeling probably like 50 or 60%. I don't have a fever. I don't have a cough. I just feel really, really run down, like just very, very tired. Okay, so I just spent most of the day just working from my guest house. Not very pretty in terms of the side of it. That's the table I was working at, but most of the time I was just basically in my bed, feeling okay. I'm not feeling worse, so that's good. I don't think I have anything serious. It feels like kind of just like a bit of a stomach bug or a virus. That's pretty much me for today. Very boring day. But some days you just got to get through it and survive, and other days look pretty cool on camera, and other days just look like this. Just a morning check-in, after evening check-in. I did nothing but just work from this room, go get dinner, relax, and then call it a day. It is Wednesday, the 26th of March. It's about 9:30. Had a bit of a sleep in. Feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. I don't know if I just caught like a 24-hour stomach bug, but it was not pretty. And I won't go again. I'll spare you the very gory details, but feeling heaps better. Still going to work from my guest house for today. I'll probably go back to B work tomorrow at some point, but feeling pretty good. Got 2 coaching calls with clients, catching up with my business coach later today, but feeling really, really good. Terima kasih. Thank you. Bye-bye. We've got our coffee for the day. Now it's time to do some writing for the hour that I have before my coaching call. I actually really enjoy these very quiet, slow mornings every now and then. And I always find like if I don't take a break after 12 weeks, I kind of start to burn out. So I'm at that point of that 12-week mark. It's probably a good time to deload, take a break, recover, and enjoy Bali and life for a little bit while we have good weather. There's a public holiday in Bali. Nyepi? I'm definitely saying that wrong. Then there's the 2007. Do you want to see the vlog that I edited last week?
Never share any vlog.
Okay, so it's 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday, and I am now heading into 2 back-to-back meetings. One is with a coaching call with a client, and the other is a mentorship call with my own business coach. And we're going to talk about creating some video sales letters, scripting that out, but also continuing the work that we did last week on the digital product / customer journey map that we're building. So we encountered a few challenges with Right Message. It's a very powerful tool, but it's also can be quite difficult to code in the back end. And I know it's like drag and drop, so it's not coding.
Hello.
My man.
How you doing, man?
Been all right. I've been a bit unwell in Bali.
Oh fuck! Did you get the Bali belly?
No, fortunately no. I think it was just like, you know how the tap water can be a bit so.
Yeah.
I think I just got like a bit of a bug / virus. Good day, friends. It is now the end of the day on Wednesday. It's about 5 p.m. Just finished up my last coaching call with a client. Really was talking about how to weaponize writing or your words to be able to sign clients, attract, retain, and also build out your audience online. So I think a lot of people mistaken that because we've got AI and all these large language models that you can just outsource all your writing to AI. But the problem with AI is it doesn't know human psychology. So while it can write content, it doesn't provide any context or connection. And that's why people buy, is context and connection. The context is, can this coach, can this person help someone like me in my context? And AI doesn't know that. So that's why being able to write is still the highest value skill you can learn. And then also with connection, people buy the coach before they buy the coaching. So people want to know who you are, your philosophy, your beliefs, your values, your systems, your story. I walked to my favorite bookstore to get a new book. So I'm about to finish my book. This is what I got. Future of Geography, Perry Plus. Best bookstore in Bali. It's also very busy traffic. There is a public holiday, Balinese New Year's. Nyepi? I always say that wrong. We just had a festival go through here. It's super busy. Michael.
Adrian.
Adrian.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Where
you.
are you from?
Australia, but born.
Australia, because Marco is Italian.
Hey?
Marco
It's Italian.
Oh, Michael.
Michael.
It's the accent. It's the accent. Yeah. Whenever I say,
You're Australian.
yeah, Marco. Yeah, it's Michael. Is the accent. But I was born in Singapore. Have you been to Singapore?
Not yet.
It's very boring. Don't go.
Have, I don't know, bidding and give. It's been a while about.
Okay. Hey. Good. So I'm participating in this abundance course this week, and next week also there's like a morning meditation.
Hello, dear friends. It's Thursday, 27th of March. It's around 9:15 a.m. On the agenda today, I've got 4 calls, and every Thursday we have a community call with our inner circle. So it's just a smaller group of people who are wanting to get implementation support from myself. So we jump on a call for an hour, they bring their problems and we solve it as a group, as well as anything that I can bring to it. Then I've got another one-on-one coaching call at 11:30, have lunch with friends, got a bit of time in the afternoon, then another call at 2 o'clock, and then another call with my business coach at 3. And I've got to catch up with some friends from Melbourne, actually, at 4 o'clock my time. So it's looking pretty good. And then in the afternoon, I'm going to prepare for the public holiday, because a lot of things close on Friday at 1 o'clock, and then Saturday's completely closed. So you got to get like all your food and all your meals. I mean, that is food, I guess. All your meals, all your coffee, or everything before basically 1 to 3 p.m. on Friday, because everything starts to close. I think it's quite fetching as I turn 30. 2 months. Yeah.
Now you're gonna be like, oh, I'm at the rest of my life.
So you're gonna bring that with you everywhere.
No, this is important. The cup is regardless. You can use whatever.
But this is your cup.
Hello.
Hello.
Long time no see.
We just spontaneously saw each other. Okay, it is roughly 1 o'clock, just over 1. Decided to come back to my guest house while I struggled to lock this door. Started to feel really tired at B work, so I thought, okay, maybe I pushed too much socializing, too much seeing people. So decided to come back, and I've got a call in about an hour, and then I've got a coaching call in after that one, and then I catch up with a few friends from Melbourne, Zoom catch up. So that'll be really nice. But damn, this week has been a bit of a struggle, just dealing with fatigue and being a bit unwell. Even just walking back, man, I feel so tired. But I think I'm just pushing a little bit too far, and I'm gonna pare it back a little bit. Focus on drinking water, hydrating, resting a little bit. I think I'm gonna maybe take a quick nap before this call, so I'm focused.
So I have to like go back and forth.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then you just
The first message, do they need to know it's a Singapore registered company with financially sustainable shareholders? So the people, yeah, they said like you can't get clients off Medium. They're all beginners. They don't know what, and I'm like, that has not been the case for me. And this is just proven it. He found me through Medium, read the article, and was like, this is exactly what I want. Then stalked me on LinkedIn, booked the call from LinkedIn, and then is now like, I want to work with you, and also referring me like 4 or 5 people. It's almost 4 o'clock, and yes, I'm eating because I'm very, very hungry. So going to eat and then jump on a call with some friends from Melbourne while I'm eating, and then go to the grocery store to pick up some stuff for the weekend because everything's going to be closed. Thank you. I shaved this morning. Yeah, I shaved this morning. No, this would be at least 6 weeks. You're on the vlog. How's the suit? Stay there. No, go. 2 minutes, this should go. I'll see you later.
That is 4. So, like I said, that's
I'm also trying to work out, like I'm getting all this traffic to my email list. I don't know how people are finding me.
matcha latte, satu panas, besar.
Well done.
And susu usia jelly.
Well done. Okay, I'm back in my guest house. I am about to jump into a call with a client in about 7 minutes. And I spent most of my morning working from B-Work and then had a coffee with Gilles in the morning and then just before I came here. So tomorrow is a Balinese celebration, public holiday. It's called Nyepi, so it's a day of silence. So it's like the New Year to reflect, to spend time with family and to think through what you want to achieve or what you want to do or how you want to live or how you've been living for the last 12 months and also what you want to do the next 12 months, I've been told. Not sure if I'm getting that correct, so please excuse my ignorance. But all the things closed tomorrow, so had to do shopping yesterday to basically get everything prepared for tomorrow, and everything will be closed tomorrow. You can't actually leave. I can't leave the guest house area for about 24 hours, and then on Sunday things don't open till about 12 midday. So it's going to be interesting. This is my first one here. It'd be really cool to see what it's like to see Bali when there's no noise. Nothing is open, so you could potentially see the stars because there's no light pollution from all the beach clubs and everything else. But I'm about to jump into 2 back-to-back coaching client calls with clients that I have in Singapore. Singapore, Bali, there is no time difference, which is quite handy. So it will be 5:30-ish by the time I finish. And then it is the weekend, and it's a special auspicious weekend here in Bali. So there's like parades that will go across the island, but especially the main roads and the intersections. So it'll be quite fun to go and watch it and experience what the Silence Day or the Balinese New Year or Nyepi is all about. It's my first one here, so first time celebrating it in Bali. Okay. And in terms of what you need from me, what's some support you need?
Because currently whenever we go for events,
What are we? Where are we? What are we doing?
We are on the eve of Nyepi, which is the silent day, and we decided to go out and walk and try to find some of the festive celebrations.
I need more emotion from you. You're really deadpanning this. You can't go too far; those will go out of range. But it'll follow me. Hello. How fascinated you are with it. Hello dear friends, it is Saturday 11:30 a.m. and today is a very auspicious day in the Balinese calendar. It is Nyepi, or a day of silence, or the Balinese New Year. And you might be wondering why this video is so dark, but as part of the tradition and the custom, you're not supposed to turn on any lights inside, so basically just using the natural lighting that's coming through my guest house, and you're also not supposed to leave. So it's a really great time to actually just reflect and rest and to think about what you want to do in the future and also how you want to spend the new year. I am breaking tradition. I am working today, so I've recently stumbled upon a new repositioning, which I'm not wanting to share publicly yet, but recently I've had a couple of clients come through and book paid coaching calls, and it's prompted me to think that maybe my positioning for my offers is actually too low, and that although I repositioned them earlier this year and it's been really successful, I think I could even reposition them a bit further up in terms of the type of clients that I go for, both value and also complexity. And I have to speak in kind of generic terms here, but this offer has been validated even before I had it, in the sense that I got someone who paid me for a coaching session and then also referred me to other people because he got so much out of that session. So kind of just reiterated and also reinforced me to believe that I think this offer could work, especially if it's already been validated with someone before I even had it. So that's something that I've been actually working on today. So what I always like to do when I'm trying to validate an offer and get more data for it is actually to write about it. So there's a couple of things I do is I create a landing page for a fake product or service. So if I can't write it through the problem agitation solution framework, and if I don't feel anything or connected to it, I know that I don't really enjoy doing this. So I wrote the landing page within like half an hour, which is always a good sign. And then I also drafted up a Medium/Substack article that I'll publish to further validate whether I can attract more people like this client who booked a coaching call with me.
Only idiots.
Who stayed?
Who fucking stayed? Today is Nyepi. It is the silent day in Bali. And we are the only fucking idiots who decided to stay out in our little hostel. So that was not a very clever decision. Thanks to Michael saying the economical solution would be to stay in our fucking hostels. And a lesson for me to never listen to my friends.
I've got my tempeh chips
That you're eating with your sardines?
with my sardines. I'm gonna have some killer flatulence later. All right, it is verging on 4 o'clock. It's still Saturday, and we are well into Nyepi, the day of silence. I'm working on something in the meantime, which is basically like an Instagram carousel. So this is going to come out probably later this month, probably next month, because it's March 29th, but this is going to come out in April. And what I wanted to do effectively was create an Instagram carousel, and it can also be a LinkedIn carousel as well, where I kind of step my potential customers and leads through my journey and how I kind of came to where I am today, being the solopreneur, digital nomad. So it goes on, it's still not perfectly designed, and design is not my forte. I don't like to say I'm bad at it. I'm just getting better. Here is our makeshift dinner for Saturday night. We're eating on a floor in Wissal's room. New experiences. How was your Nyepi?
It was just working from the room the whole day, talking to you once in a while, bugging you. How about yours?
Mine was also working. I started watching The Big Short.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Nice.
On Netflix.
Do you want to continue watching it now? Boiled eggs.
Yep.
Vegan cheese. Tuna. Sardines. Some bread. Avocado. A lovely baba ganoush dip. And your soda water.
Cheers.
Cheers.
My brain is better.
To Nyepi.
Because I live on the second floor in a villa, right? So it's like I have my own studio, kind of.
Friends. So I'm just trying to prove to her that I do have friends.
We're all fake friends.
You're all paid actors.
I told you. No, I told you.
So happy.
Enjoy.
Nama
Rossi.
Rossi.
Yeah.
K. Michael.
Michael.
Hello, dear friends. If you're wondering why I don't look like a homeless caveman anymore, it's because I've taken this Sunday to get a haircut after about 6 weeks. So I'm looking a little bit more presentable and also got the beard faded in to the haircut. So I'm looking better. I wouldn't say great, but I'm looking much better than I was even just a couple of days ago. So right now it's 4:30 on a Sunday. I spent, as you would have seen by the previous shots, the morning with getting breakfast, coffee with friends. I don't really eat breakfast, but coffee with friends. Then went to BWork and worked on two things. One was a quarterly planning session. So at the end of every quarter, so the end of 3 months of the year, there's obviously January, February, March, and coming to the end of March, it's the 30th of March right now. So I really like to wrap up and also reflect on what I've done in the last quarter. And I categorize my activity broadly into 4 categories. So I like to think, okay, how did I go revenue-wise? I'm just looking at my screen because I've got it on here. So how did I go revenue-wise? The other category is personal brand. So how did I build my compelling character? How did I mature the new mission or the philosophies that I have? And also, has there been a refinement or iteration on the vehicle that I'm driving people to? And then the last one is systems and processes. So I broadly categorize my reflection into these 3 buckets, and it's really, really useful to think of it in these 3 ways. By no means the only ways you should think about it. But the reason why I like quarterly planning is after I read 2 books. One was Traction by Gino Wickham, which I really enjoyed. And he basically stated the case that any longer than 90 days, like goals longer than 90 days, if you don't check up on them, usually get distorted in some way. It's just part of human nature where any more than 90 days, you start to lose track of what the actual original goal was, and you can get off track by just starting at one place, and then you have either a bad week or a bad couple of weeks, and then you kind of just found yourself in this separate track that you never really intended to go down. So that book really taught me, okay, maybe I just plan in 90-day sprints. So that Gino Wickham book, which I believe is called Traction, is very good. I would highly recommend that one. So yeah, feeling okay about this week. I'd probably rate it 7.5 out of 10. But looking forward to next week. I got a couple of podcasts booked for next week. 2 booked in, might be 3, which I'm really excited to start recording again. And it's, I believe, the first week of April. I believe we're in April at some point next week, which is also very exciting. I've already got my goals for Q2, and I'm gonna get a running start on it. And that's pretty much it for the week. Thanks for joining me for another mundane, quite boring life building a business in Bali. I'll see you next week.